Are you?
button,
Hold on.
and I push this button, and I'm going to push this
Okay.
button, and I push this button. And hey, guess what, Joe? We're live. Hey,
Hey, everybody.
everybody.
Hello, YouTube. How's it going out
We
there? Getting
love you
ready for some
guys.
wonderful, wonderful
I
updates.
know,
What's going
right?
on, everybody? Hey, Chris.
Hey,
We got a
buddy.
big old call coming up tonight.
We got
Email.
a
Did
great
you get
big
that
old
post?
call. Dude, I'm trying to tell
You know
you,
what's funny? I don't even know what it's about. I don't even
Joe,
know what it's about.
let me tell you. I've been on the phone
Yeah.
all morning with stuff about that call, okay? So,
Everybody, he was on the phone less than a minute ago trying to get off the phone. I was like, hey, Chris, we got a show to do, buddy.
that's the
Hey, if you're
truth.
wondering why I'm sitting here in a sweater, 34 degrees right now here and raining. It sucks. I got up this morning and I thought, man, it's chilly. We went ahead and kicked the heat on, And it always reminds me of winter when you hear the heater first come on, where you smell it.
Ooh,
You
yeah,
know,
that
you get
smell.
that weird burn smell at first.
That
But then you're like,
smell.
okay, here we go. It looks like we skipped fall, went right into winter.
Hey,
So,
no,
whatever's whatever.
it's just a blip. We're getting it too, Joe. But the funny thing about it here is our days are still staying in the 70s, the high 70s, but our nights
Yeah,
this
right.
past week have been blowing in at like I want to say in the 50s, high 50s,
Really?
low 60s, and
Yeah.
so
Well, you
we're
got all
like,
that warm water,
oh, but yeah, but it's not time for that. So. Um,
right? Yeah.
what we're going to
Our
do,
trees haven't changed.
yeah, ours
This will
either.
help it.
So what they're saying, or the weather people are saying, not me, what the weather people are saying is that we're actually going to just have this for a hot minute, and then it's going to move out. And we're
Yeah.
going to go back to the 90s and 70s
Oh,
at
wow.
night. So
Yeah.
we'll see. I know my air conditioners
Yeah.
took a break the last few days. It hasn't run as much, and at night the AC
Oh, for
hasn't come
sure.
on at all. So it's like, okay, we got to turn these
Yeah.
fans on high because it's that time where it feels stuffy, and it's not really stuffy. It's just, it's that change. But yeah, so
Right.
I want to go back to talking about, since you opened the call with that, I want to go back to talking about all this big call thing coming tonight. Everybody's going to want to be on the
All
call
right.
tonight. No ifs, ands, or buts. Everybody's going to want to be on the call tonight.
No excuses. Get
And,
there. Yeah.
I would say bring pen and paper because what's going to happen tonight and the information that's going to go out tonight, you're going to want to write down, I feel sure. Um, I heard something about a global Bitcoin solution. Holy hell. And
Okay.
that's all I'm going to say.
I
I
wonder
just
what that.
heard something about it,
Yeah.
Hey,
What's that middle letter T?
yeah, I
I
know,
guess something with
right?
a T.
A T.
Yeah.
Could. I don't know.
Is that
Taco
T? Some T's
Tuesdays.
in this? Is that a T? Is that just a little tease right there?
It's a little tease. It's a little tease.
Little
So
T.
I'm really excited because, you know, I like the feel of the buzz. Okay. And so everybody
Yeah.
who's been
I do
with
too.
us from way back, from our first, oh my God, we're live. What do we say, Joe? To
Oh
now,
yeah. Exactly.
if you guys haven't picked up on the
Uh huh.
fact that I love, love, love the excitement, the buzz, the crackle, then you guys
Yeah.
don't know me very well. You might want to go back and watch a few videos, right? So I'm excited because I'm
They're all on
starting to
YouTube.
feel that. And I'm starting to feel that
Yeah.
in a lot of different places, a lot of different directions. Um, I am
Mm-hmm.
starting to feel as if though there is a huge monster fixing to rise. Not a monster. Monster's not a good. Maybe it's a phoenix. Yeah, it's a phoenix. It's a phoenix is
There you
about to
go. Rising from the
rise.
ashes.
You know,
Yeah.
and I
We
can
haven't
feel
burned
it.
down though. But
But
yeah.
Joe,
Yeah.
it's funny because most people don't realize that, I got more than one iron in the fire, right? And so it just feels like to
Oh yeah.
me that all of those irons are getting hot at the same time and we're fixing to
Yeah.
go. And that's a beautiful thing.
Hey, actually, I don't forget this, and so we don't get busy doing other things, I need to talk to you after the show about
Okay.
some of those irons.
Okay.
Yeah. Because, But anyways, nothing
Perfect.
bad. Just putting that reminder out there. Somebody
Right,
remind us.
Right.
Because we'll be doing stuff.
Here's what I'm going to say to that. I got you. I got to hop on with Miss Bethany right after the show for about 10 minutes, and then you and I'll hop on Zoom.
Okay.
Or better yet, why don't we just all hop on my Zoom right after?
That's fine.
Does that work?
I think we're all anyways.
Well, then I can address Bethany's issues real quick, and then when she takes off, you and I can address our issues. So that works out great. See, guys,
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, that's the thing, too. Everybody out there is sorry. I'm going to go for a second. Yeah, get some coffee. I'm going to go. I always talk about we got other irons in the fire and this and that and this and that. And we don't do anything that takes us away from our main thing. And our main thing is cryptogenics. But, I'm lucky enough to be friends with Chris, you know what I mean? And made this connection and have this relationship and everything. And we're real good friends, really. Shockingly, we've never met, but, we don't have time to fly across the country all the time, until we need to, But a lot of stuff comes across his desk. He gets a lot of opportunities come in, and he's like, well, hey, and he'll look at something and be like, what do you think about this? Or what do you think about this? And it's not that there's any ship jumping, or we're not doing that cross-lining kind of stuff. I think that's what they call it. Yeah, I mean, it's a fishing term, actually. You know what I mean? But the only cross-lining I'm going to do is clean up the ocean with my ICO. You know what I'm saying? And we can call that cross-lining if you want, because it's got nothing to do with anything. Hardly. You know what I mean? Kind of does, doesn't. You know what I mean? That's just good practice. Right. That's just trying to be a good person. But we invite, you're all invited when you hear us to ask us about the things that you might hear a glimpse of. That's no problem. We don't mind including people. We will include people. We're just not trying to sell anybody anything like this. Right. You know what I'm saying? We're like, hey, man, we got this thing going on, and you'll hear us drop little things about it. And if you're interested, ask. You know what I mean? But we're not pushing anything like that. That's just not, it's really not our style too much. And we don't want to take this platform and turn it into a big, we don't want it to be an infomercial. No. You know I mean? And I'll be honest with you. We could turn it into an infomercial. We could do it pretty damn easy. You know what I mean? Like, there's enough stuff going on that we could do an hour of just talking about all these different things. And absolutely. I'm thinking about getting an actual real filing system so I can keep track of stuff. Because it's just, I know I could on my computer, but for me, it's just easier to actually have a file. I go, okay, here. I understand. I just want to throw that out there. We're not segregating ourselves from anything or anybody. You know what I mean? And we're all in the same sandbox. You know what I mean? So we can turn that sandbox into a volleyball court pretty easy, and get the games going. You know what I mean? Exactly. And Joe, also, it's just polite. It's just polite. And we're not, and I'm going to throw this out there, and I don't care if it hurts somebody's feelings or it doesn't, but we're not the normal network marketing, MLM, direct sales marketing leaders. We're just not. Most of those leaders will step all over your toes in boots, okay? And when they step on them, they don't care. Yep. If they get involved with anything, they want their entire organization to get involved with them, and they expect that organization to follow them everywhere they go. And, I've been in that shoe. Hey, I've wore those shoes. It's not fun. It can be confusing. It can also be detrimental to one's drive and motivation. So, Joe and I don't take that approach. And there's a couple other folks in KGX as well that does not take that approach. They're respectful. They will let you know that they get things across their desk. They will let you know that they're looking at stuff. They'll never tell you what it is unless you ask. And, that's the way it really should be. And this is what I say about that. And this is a personal thing for me, right? Like I am so
I'm so blessed to have realized that I am a terrible presenter. Okay, but I'm a great conversationalist, and I can conversate just about anything. I can talk to people about just about anything, and I think that when we get involved in these businesses, direct selling, network marketing, MLM, uh, affiliate marketing, we try to become an expert presenter. I don't want to present to people. Okay. I want to have conversations with people. I can't. Okay. Let me take this to a real level real quick. Okay. If you see me at an event, if you see me at an event, you're going to see me working the crowd. You're going to see me shaking hands. You're going to see me finding out where people are. Why? Because when I get on that stage, yes, I'm there to present a certain portion of a program or a certain portion of what we're there to do, right? So I am presenting, but you're going to see me having a conversation, okay, instead of presenting. And I can't have a conversation if I don't know who's in the room, right? So you're not going to see me in a cluster with the rest of all huddled up in the corner with all the people that are traveling. You're not going to see that. Okay, we have plenty of time to socialize and get our thing together later. I want to work the room. I want to know Bethany's there and she's a Mimi-preneur and she's got 2 irons in the fire or 3 irons in the fire. I'm there because I want to know that she wants to be successful and leave a legacy for her grandchildren because her children are living in abundance. Okay, I need to know that, right? Like that's the part I need to know, so that I can have a conversation from the stage with Bethany and she feels like I'm having that conversation with her. All right. I know that some people go to events, right? Let's say a boot camp, for instance. And when they go to a boot camp, they expect to be given a drilled on, right? Like I'm very proud to say that when KGX went and did their first boot camp in Houston, there was no drilling there. Okay, it was very conversational.
Nah,
I wasn't there, but Joe and I were, streaming the lives for everybody, and it was conversational. You know, it was let us help you. Let us help you understand. Let us take you by the hand. Okay. And for me, that's really important. Okay. That's really important because, and the reason I say that is because, you know, although I want to go somewhere, when I go to something like that, if I pay to go to something like that, I'm going to have my handy dandy trusty notebook with me and my pen, okay? Just so you know. And it's leather bound portfolio, and I'm going to be looking right? Like I'm going to be dressed for success, and I'm going to come in to get information, right? But I don't want to be barked at. I don't want to be told I have to do this or I have to do that. I want to be told, hey, I did this and it worked for me. I want to be told that if you use this particular thing, it might make it easier than using this particular thing. Okay? I want to be talked to. I don't want to be talked at. And I think that's really, really, really important. Okay?
it is. And to kind of chime in with you on that,
because you were there.
we're there. You're there to meet the people that you. I was there, yeah. But I mean, for instance, we all went to dinner. You know, a whole big group went to dinner. I mean, it was a lot of people. You know what I mean? But I had just gotten the lucky cards, so I was hardly at the table. I mean, I had polite conversation, meet people, this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? Everything was still real new, and the whole industry was still brand new to me. So people were having conversations I didn't really understand that much. You know what I mean? Because I hadn't learned everything that I know now. You know, now I'd be right in, chiming in, boom, 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 giving my opinion. But I was busy listening, and trying to learn more. But I was up walking around the restaurant giving people cards.
Right.
I was handing them out to the wait staff, to the bartender, handing them out, and things like that. And my point on that was everyone I was at that table with was already in the company. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you want to get to know everybody. But the thing is, I've got a tool to bring up a conversation about it and to grow, you know, and
Right.
honestly, at that point, it was really more comfortable for me to be up talking to total strangers than kind of like, hey, I'm the guy that does this show on Facebook. You know what I mean? And, you know, everybody sees me with long hair and all this crap. You know, and I had a suit and tie on and all that kind of crap. You know what I mean? And it's like, they're like, what the hell? You know, when I met Jason, I rode in a car with Jason for about 20 minutes. And he's like, wait a second, you're Joe. I was like, yeah. Hey, buddy. You know, and it was just one of those things. But, I mean, yeah, it's about getting it out there. You know what I mean? Talking to the people, being a part of it, not, you know, getting up there scripted and saying, hey, you need to buy cryptocurrency because if you don't, you're stupid, or you're going to get left behind, or you're just going to lose.
Right.
Now, whether that be true or not, should you do it so you don't get kind of left behind? Should you get educated about it? Yes. Are you going to end up using it in the future? Yes, you are. You know, kind of almost whether you want to or not, it's going to come across somehow, some way. And it may be years down the road, but you'd rather know how to do it, because once mass adoption comes, the big scams are really going to get here. When everybody wants it, that's when the credit cards start getting stolen out of the mailbox. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just like, you know, when credit cards used to get sent out to everybody, you know, with $10,000 limits, they just got taken out of the credit card out of the mailboxes and used. You know what I mean? This mass adoption is when the thieves are really going to take advantage of people not having an education and not knowing about this. You know, and it's a sad fact, but it's just true. You know what I mean? And that's in anything. That's not because it's cryptocurrency. It's because it's anything. You know,
correct.
I don't know how I got to there, but I did.
Hey, you did a great job. I love that.
Oh, one thing I do want to see that just came across.
I love that.
One thing that just came across though on my my news ticker thing is Harvard, MIT, Stanford, and Dartmouth just invested in crypto for their endowments. The endowment is what a university has, the money that's given to them that they use every year, you know, from like the alum, you know. And they just invested in cryptocurrency, all 4 of those schools. And there might have been more on there. It's just what I saw that popped up. And guys, that's a big deal. You know what I mean? Stanford teaches classes about this. Now, we can say, you know, you can come talk to us, and if you want the education, we're going to give you quite a bit of education on this show for free. You know what I mean? But if you want a real education, like really, really, you can go to KGX and get it. It's $250. You know what I mean? That's a hell of a lot cheaper than Stanford. You know?
Right.
And these are college, they're college level classes at the end. You know, that they really are. It's everything you're going to need to know, and it gets you in. And then we're going to teach you most of the things, all the other things you need to know too, all the ongoing education. That's what the rest of us are here for. And we spend all that time learning. You know, we take the time to watch all the videos that come on TV and to read all the articles. And, you know, my daughter thinks I don't do anything. She's like, Dad, you just sit in a chair all day. You don't do anything. I'm like, I wish I didn't. It's like, if I'm not doing anything, I'm over there on the couch. But half the time when I'm on the couch, or even when I'm going to bed at night or whatever, you know, and I got the TV on, it's something about cryptocurrency, you know. And then, you know, like when I watch something and I think Gloria should see it, I end up watching it again because I'm like, you need to check this out. Tell me what you think.
The handy
see what you got out of that. What you got there is the handy. Yeah, exactly. Gloria's on the tablet right now watching some videos. You know what I'm talking about? You know, and for another company. You know, and it's kind of like, well, okay. You know what I mean? And it's just like, yeah. Oh, and that's something I found out, Chris. If we're logged in on our computers, we can't log in on a tablet to that one website, the health and wellness one.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. But yeah. Anyways,
all right.
Go ahead.
That's good to know.
Ran off that. I'm going to go get a cup of coffee and let you say some stuff.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Thanks for telling me.
Because I kept trying and trying, then I was like, wait a second, let me log out.
No worries, bro.
Yeah, no problem. Be right back.
Thank you. So, you know, Joe tied that up in a real nice little box, and he put the paper on in a bow today. So that's kind of nice to have him do that for a change. And, you know, what we're talking about is really getting outside of ourselves, okay, and not worrying quite as much about business. Business will take care of itself, okay. You have to you have to connect with the people. And so that's what that's going to be about. That's, that's what we want to say about that. Additionally, we want to make sure that people are educated. I feel bad, and this is not a hey, come sign up with me. This is really how I feel, okay? And I'm in a class, just in case most of you don't know, and this class is really connecting the students with their feelings and really making us more aware of our feelings and how we feel. And we get the goosies more often and things of that nature. And it's just a beautiful thing. I would recommend the class to everybody. But here's what I'm going to tell you, because I don't want to get off subject. I'll forget what I was going to say. And I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, the feeling. So the feeling is that, I genuinely, it has nothing to do with business, okay? I genuinely feel compelled to want to talk to people about cryptocurrency because if it was, okay, let me just throw this out as rough and raw as I can, okay? This is the quick and dirty, all right? And y'all don't get that much from Chris, but you're going to get the quick and dirty today. Okay, quick and dirty is if it was a scam, if it was, and when I say a scam, there are a lot of scams out there. Okay, so you got to know who you're dealing with. But if crypto was a scam in general, crypto, the whole platform, right, it would be gone. Bitcoin would have been destroyed. It would have never been allowed to go as far as it's gone. All right, so, people want to talk about, and I'll use Brandon Ivy as an example here, okay? Brandon Ivy's with KGX. Brandon Ivy does a phenomenal presentation. He talks to people, okay? And Brandon has an agenda, all right? Brandon has an agenda to take the word to his people. Now, I keep saying his people, okay? Who are his people? The people that listen to him, the people that follow him. Those are his people, right? And so, Brandon and I have had several conversations, and, 10 years is a long time for the mass majority, and we're talking 98% of the population of the planet that doesn't know about cryptocurrency, how to use it, what it is, how to get it, how to spend it, because if you got it, you want to spend it, right? How to hold it for future. They don't know. This is the great equalizer of our time. If you are 60, hell, if you're 70 and under, this is the equalizer of your time. Now, does that mean that the folks 70 and above, because we got some 110 people out there, okay? I saw just the other day somebody had their 110th birthday in Nicaragua, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I saw the article, the news blip on the ticker. But the point is if you're between 70 and 100,
Peruvian
okay,
people.
What's that? If you're between
Peruvian people live real long like that too. Seems like
they do. They absolutely do. So, and it's because they eat better, they take better care of themselves, they have less stress in their lives. Okay, I'm just saying. But here's what I want to talk to you about. Okay, the quick and dirty is this: if you don't know about cryptocurrency and you're 70 to 100, you could participate, but you need to get your kids to help you with it, okay? Because honestly, there is technology in there that me, at a 49-year-old, I don't get a lot of the technology. What I understand is I get this coin, I sell at this price, and I get this much money. That I understand, okay? Now, when you start talking about how it works in the blockchain and the blocks and the buy this and the buy that on the network, dude, it gives me a headache, okay? That's why I have people like Joe and Brandon Ivy and Rob Harris to converse with about that stuff because I don't get the tech side. I just don't, okay? But what I do know is that in our lifetime, nothing else will ever level the playing field like this is. And, there was an article a few weeks back, and I don't think it was given the attention that it should have been given. But if you hold 0.28 Bitcoin for a couple years, it's going to change your entire family's life. Now, why do I say that with such enthusiasm and with such conviction? It's because I believe it. Okay, I've heard, I've seen what the projections are, and when mass adoption comes, it is going to be game over. Okay, so don't cheat yourself. Don't feed into the FEAR word. Okay, don't feed into that. Don't feed into it, because this is what I'm going to tell you. If you can't buy a Bitcoin, that's okay. If you can buy $100 today and $100 next month, that's okay. All right, that is perfectly okay. See, the problem is that Bitcoin and cryptocurrency has been around 10 years now, and you've got all these people walking around with big britches, and they own multiple Bitcoins, and they own millions and thousands of other coins, and you hear this, and you talk yourself right out of getting your own. Right out of it. And what I'm going to tell you is, that's wrong.
Right.
Don't do that. Because just because you can't own a whole Bitcoin or thousands of other coins doesn't mean you won't be able to 6 months from now. Okay? Buy what you can buy. Get in where you're at. Put your feet in the water. It doesn't matter if it's in the deep end or not. Hey, you might be standing on the shore and letting the waves run up on you. Okay? Your waves might be getting you. That's okay too. Trust me, you're going to want to have this thing called Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, and you're going to want to have it. And that's all I can say about it. That's the quick and dirty. All right? So if you're 70 or below, it's not even a question for you guys. It's not even a question, okay? Because when people start taking their 401ks and investing it in crypto because they're going to get a higher return, you got to go, hey, maybe 401ks are a thing of the past. Maybe dollar bills are becoming a thing of the past. Maybe I need to catch up. Maybe. Okay, look, take the maybe out. Get in touch with Bethany. Get in touch with Patty. Get in touch with Joe. Get in touch with me. Get in touch with Brandon, Rob, Matt. Get in touch with somebody that knows more than you do that can answer your questions. It's not about the sale, y'all. It's about helping each other. Okay? It's about helping each other. Let's have a conversation about crypto. I invite you. Come on, let's do it. So, I just, Joe, and I know I'm a little bit passionate this morning. Part of that is because, I'm amped up.
That's good.
I got a lot of things going on, and I see that Phoenix rising in all areas. All areas, brother. All areas.
Hey, Chris has been busy all morning. We were on a meeting together last night for something else. And he's like, man, in the morning, he sends me this text, man, in the morning, let's do coffee after we drop the kids off at school. We didn't get to,
I'm just sorry.
We get busy. You know what I mean? Oh, it's no worries, brother. No.
I was
doing stuff too. You know what I mean? It took me 45 minutes to figure out how to log into something.
Okay.
I went past the get mad stage to the get mad and throw things, and then don't throw it, then calm back down, then get kind of mad again. All those different levels.
Yep.
It's because I got to take my medicine in the morning. And then got to doing that, and then it's just fun. We like to be moving. If you guys haven't figured that one out yet, we like to be. What's going on? And now sometimes it gets overwhelming, But once you see everything kind of in place, you're going, okay, here we go. And you can kind of see the steps working out. Then that's when the excitement comes back in. You're going, okay, I'm doing this here, I'm doing this here, and I'm doing this here. And these 4 different things all may be at different places. You know what I mean? One may be way the hell out there, pardon my language, you know what I mean? Way down the road, way down the tracks. It's running, man. That's a freight train. You can't stop it. Don't even try. You know what I mean? You're just holding on for dear life on that. You know what I mean? Well, that's that hodl thing. Yeah. Yeah, don't even try. But then you got this other thing over here that you're just getting started. You know what I mean? You're still learning something here. You got something new to learn too. So that's fun. And then now that freight train is the KGX is what I'm talking about on this one, guys. I'll just be honest. And there's something new I learn about cryptocurrency every day. You know what I mean? Right now, Ripple and the White House are in talks about a cryptocurrency. And, Ripple's talking with them. Who knows if it'll be XRP or not. Ripple's a company. XRP is a coin. two different things. Everyone has to get that in their head. You don't buy Ripple. You don't buy Ripple. You buy XRP. Okay?
Yep.
It's kind of like, okay, you know, we got Ocean Force is a company. Ocean Coin is a coin. Okay?
Exactly.
That's the way that's the way that's going to go. One's an LLC, one's a token. You know, two completely different things. I mean, well, they're not completely, but yeah. You're not investing in the company, really. You're buying the coin to do the work. You know, and it's like that. But, you know, where am I going with this? So there's so much stuff that goes on. Okay, like the thing that came across, we were on the show when the thing about the endowments came on, using you know, Harvard, Stanford, Dartmouth, MIT. You know what I mean? These are the best schools in the world. You know what I mean? Massachusetts, MIT is the best tech school there is, bar none. There's nothing. You know what I mean? You can think like Oxford or Cambridge. You know what I mean? Okay, and Harvard, they all compete, and Yale. Those are all competitors. Nobody competes with MIT. Nobody. I mean, that's just it. You know what I mean? Because it's, you know, Massachusetts Institute of Technology. If I'd have gone to real, like further on college, that's where I would have wanted to go. Probably couldn't have got in, but who knows? Nah. I could have. Maybe I'm Satoshi Nakamoto. Satoshi Nakamoto. Yeah.
Hey, you know
all
what?
All of a sudden know a whole bunch about this crap, don't I?
You know what? The funny part about that is
maybe everybody's Nakamoto. Who knows?
Is KGX is going to be in that education realm as well, and the funny part about that is, you know, I think that this is, and I'm going out on a limb here. This has nothing to do with my conversations today or anything like that. This is just Chris talking, but I'm going out on a limb here, and I'm going to go out on a limb and say that I think a lot of people thought that cryptogenics was just, you know, a flash in the pan kind of deal. That they were, you know, that they had a great idea, that they put together an awesome education company, and then they just kind of, they lost traction. Well, Joe and I have been telling you guys for months, okay, months.
Yeah.
That stuff is happening. It's going on behind the scenes. You can't see it. You can't hear it. You can't feel it. You can't touch it. But it's going on. And, you know, for me, there's nothing better.
Right.
There's nothing better than confirmation. There's nothing better than proof in the pudding. Yeah. You know? And a lot of people are about to get the proof in the pudding. Right. And when I say that KGX is going to impact the world, that statement is small. Is small in comparison to the things that are going to happen. And so, you know, I'm honored. I feel humbled, honored, and privileged to be part of said company. I feel honored, humbled, and privileged to have Joe as a business partner and as a co-host and just as a co-masterminder. Right? Because we do some of the best masterminding, and the thing is a lot of people would say, well, you guys spend a lot of time together. Oh, it has to be a lot of idle chat. Really, it's not. You know, we talk about a lot of things. We get in depth on a lot of things, and luckily for us, our ADHD allows us to bounce from like one subject to 10 and back to the first one again with no problem.
Boom, boom, boom.
And we understand what we're talking about. Most people wouldn't.
And we don't,
but you know, we don't. And so, and then, you know, somebody will jump in on our conversation and join us on Zoom or something or on a three-way, and they're so lost, and we're like, catch up, you know? We don't get it. But, you know, the thing that everybody needs to understand is, just like last night, if anybody was watching Bitcoin, over the course of a 5 or 6 day period, they probably counted, I don't know, 17, maybe 18 billion coins, you know, leaving the market. And then, you know, just last night, Asia, okay, put 20 into the market. And the price went to like $6,800, almost $6,900. Yeah. You don't understand the gravity And I'm not saying that I do. So don't look at me as the expert, okay? I'm not even beginning to claim that I understand the gravity. But I think I understand the gravity a little bit better than most. So, you know, when a country like
Right.
Asia can drop 20 billion coins in the market, you know, there's things going on behind the scenes. This is where I'm full circling, okay? Like we said with KGX, there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. We can't talk about it. We can't tell you about it. Just know it's happening. You got to have faith. You got to have trust. Well, what I'm telling you is there is no difference in your trust in crypto and Bitcoin. No difference whatsoever. And the reason there's no difference is because, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day, okay, I got to go over here and grab one of these. At the end of the day, these right here are tangible and touchable, right? This is just a metal coin in a jacket, right? Hear it? It's rattling in there. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Okay? You can touch that. But a real Bitcoin, you're never going to touch a real Bitcoin. Okay? You got to have faith, trust. Okay? You got to stay in it for the long haul. It's digital. You can't see it, feel it, taste it, smell it. The only way that you're going to be able to see it, feel it, taste it, and smell it is by looking at it in a wallet or an ATM that gives you a piece of paper that says you got that many in your wallet. You're still looking at it in a wallet. I don't care what you say. Okay? So here's the thing. Faith and trust. Faith and trust. And look, everybody has to believe and have faith and trust in something, right? At the end of the day, that's what our relationships are, right? That's what our relationships are, right? Like I have faith. Yep, exactly.
There's a receipt from an ATM.
There you go, buddy. So I have faith, trust, and
that's real. You need to touch something and get one of these. You know?
And confidence, right? In who? My partner in life, right? Like I have that faith, trust, and confidence. I have that faith, trust, and confidence in Joe, right? He's my business partner. Why would I be in business with somebody I don't have faith, trust, and confidence in? Come on, y'all. Think about this. This is not a new concept.
That's true.
It's not a new concept. It's just
right.
It's just a new way of thinking. Okay, I know everybody likes the physical. I know everybody likes the touchy, feely, smelly stuff. I get it. But look, don't let the fact that you can't touch it, feel it, or smell it keep you out of the game. Okay? Remember, 0.28 is predicted. 0.28 Bitcoin is predicted to change families' entire lives. Are you going to be one of those people when it happens that looks up and says, hey, you know, I really wished I'd have had that 0.28. I really wished I'd have listened to those crazy, goofy guys on live, right? I really wished I'd have listened to my neighbor. I really wished I'd have listened to Brandon Ivy. I really wished I'd have listened to Bethany Gibbs. I really, Patty, Sharon, you know, there's a lot of you guys out there. You got to listen to somebody. Somebody please just reach out and listen to somebody. Okay? Save your life. Save your family's destiny. Save your legacy. Okay? Because look, there's three things that are going to happen in this life. Okay? One, you're going to be born. That's a given. Two, you're going to die. That's a given. So what's the third one? The third one is going to be the legacy that you leave behind. Some people do, some people don't. The legacy that you leave behind that you're remembered by, okay? And that legacy needs to be left behind to whom? To your grandchildren. Your children, hey, look, your kids, if they're over the age of 21, they need to be living in abundance on their own at this point, okay? If they're not, then they need to be knocked off this thing right here, okay? Because you can't live their life for them all the time. The grandkids, on the other hand, If their parents mess up and they don't do well by their kids, then it's our job as grandparents to do that job and leave something behind. And don't you want one of your grandkids to be sitting in a bass boat somewhere, or a pontoon somewhere on the water, and look up and go, that grandpa sure was a pretty good feller. I do like my boat because he left it to me, right? I didn't leave the boat, I left the money. Okay? That's what it's going to be about, y'all. That's what it's about. Your legacy that you leave to others. Okay? I'm going to finish this part of this conversation by saying this. Our ancestors understood legacy way better than the last 4 generations. Way better. Okay? Our ancestors understood owning a piece of property. Now, I'm going to talk to you about destiny and legacy for a second, okay? They understood they own this piece of property, and maybe this piece of paper right here says they own that piece of property, okay? And they're going to give it to Joe. Here, Joe, you can have this piece of property. So I gave it to Joe because he's my next generation, right? And then Joe is going to give it to Nixon because Nixon's her next generation, right? Thank you. And so then Nixon has her kids, and Nixon's going to live on that piece of property and farm that piece of property and raise cattle and whatever it is that they decide to do on that piece of property. And then she's going to die on that piece of property, and it's going to be left to the next generation. And the next generation does the same thing. This is how things used to be, y'all. Okay? And it wasn't until government stuck their nose into stuff that we had to have a will, because it was what Grandma and Grandpa said, okay? If they said Joe Bob, Billy Bob was going to get the farm, Joe Bob, Billy Bob better get that farm, or it was going to be hell to pay, okay? Then we got a government that said, oh, you can't do that anymore. You got to put it in writing. You got to have this thing called a will. You got to pay this thing called an attorney. You got to do this. You got to do that. And there for a while, there was inheritance taxes, okay? And in a lot of states, there still are. All right. I'm happy to say that in my state, for the bulk of an inheritance, unless you hit $10 million, you don't have to worry about inheritance tax. Okay. Well, I want my kids to have to worry about an inheritance tax. You heard that right. I want my kids to have to worry about an inheritance tax. Why? Because I want to leave them something more than $10 million. I want to leave them assets that will take care of them, their kids, their kids' kids, and leave something for the next generation. Because hopefully, with a letter that I write or a video, I'm not even going to write a letter. I'm actually going to do a video. Maybe they'll watch that. I don't know. But, they're not going to read the letter. Maybe they'll watch the video. Probably. But I'm going to tell them, that I want to pass on intelligence to them, that I want to pass on love to them. I want to pass on freedom to them. And freedom's going to look a whole lot different than I can even imagine right now for them. Okay? I don't know what freedom's going to look like. I can't advise them on how to be free 3 generations from now. But what I can advise them on is to get with the smartest of the smart. Learn the things that are new. Don't be afraid to take chances. Okay? Don't embrace your fear. That's what I know. Okay? Yeah. And if they do that, I think it will serve them well. I hope it will serve them well, right? Freedom may be living on Mars 3 generations from now. I don't know. It may be he who dies with the most spaceships wins. I can't tell you.
Who's got the most oxygen? Could start investing in oxygen. It's a good move. We're going to Mars. You know what I'm saying? Invest in O2.
Ladies and gentlemen.
But it's, with saying that too.
Go ahead, Joe. Go.
Go ahead.
Go, Jojo.
Oh, okay. With that, talking to future investments, and we don't know what's coming. We do know a certain few things are out there. What are we going to have? Issues with water. We're going to have this. Okay. So would it be smart to invest in a water purification company right now? for a little bit of nothing? Maybe it would. That wouldn't be some. I'm not saying buy coin for it or whatever, but it might not be some stupid little company with some idiot building some little machine that's like a typewriter and a calculator put together in their garage, turned into Apple computers. You know what I'm saying? So some dude with a straw that you can drink mud out of, and that company's out there actually. Man, buy a piece of their stock. You know what I mean? Who knows what it could be worth? That's what they're saying after oil's done. You know what I mean? They're saying the wars are going to be over water, clean water.
Right.
Now, we've got tons and tons of water. You just have to get the salt out of it. That's kind of a difficult process, except, they did just create this membrane that will actually flow through and the salt actually gets caught. So that's a real good idea. But that company, I'm sure it has stock. You know what I mean? No, I didn't invest in anything yet, but I just found out about this a couple days ago. But, there's a lot of things out there that you can kind of prepare for in the future, and pay attention, and someone's going to go, that's stupid. What kind of jackass is going to buy bottled water?
I remember that
10 years ago,
conversation.
that's what
I'm
everybody
old
said.
enough.
10, 15
I'm
years
old
ago,
enough.
everybody said that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what the most sold beverage in the United States is?
Water.
Bottled water. You know what's the biggest pollutant on the planet that's floating in the oceans right now? Empty bottles of water.
Water bottles.
You know what I mean? You're like, really? And you're like, why would you buy a bottle of water when it comes out of the tap? And no. You know what I mean? We almost think about water like it's damn near free. You know what I mean? But it's the smallest bill you have every month. I mean, pretty much. Probably. But no, nobody's going to do that. That's dumb. Whatever.
Well, Joe, it's
Are you gonna have
interesting
one of
that
these
you
stupid
said
things?
that.
What's this for? I don't want a phone that I can take everywhere with me. I don't
It's
want a phone
interest-
you can take everywhere with me.
Yeah, I'll never be able to get away from it. It's interesting that you said that because having lived in Florida, I know that for quite a while they have had to have the reverse systems on the water treatment plants because there's so much water or salt in the water there and calcium, lots and lots and lots and lots of calcium. So the water bills in Florida are outrageous. I mean, they really are. And what's worse is they don't do a really great job of getting all those elements out. And so, they burn up appliances really quickly. Like a hot water heater's life in Florida is probably less than 5 years. It's burnt up. It's full of calcium. When you take it out and you empty it, it's just full of calcium. It's just calcium out of the hose. So, what I want to say here is watch, right? For crypto and Bitcoin, sorry, I used the wrong word. Blockchain. I meant to say blockchain. Watch for crypto and blockchain projects, okay, that have to do with water, air, pollution, travel, okay? These are things that in our kids' and grandkids' lives are going to be, I hate to say it, but we're never going, in our lifetime, we're never going to conquer the pollution problem. We're never going to conquer the waste water problem, okay? And yes, since I said wastewater, there's actually a company out there that can take your wastewater, run it through, and it's drinkable water. I swear to you not. Okay? But see, the scientists, the people in the know, they already know that this stuff is coming. Okay? They already know that, in our grandkids' lifetimes, water's going to be a shortage. Okay? Clean air is going to be a shortage. Okay?
Right.
Why do you think, God, I sound like my grandparents and parents right now, but why do you think so many people are coming up with COPD that have never smoked? asthma that have never smoked. You know, it's the quality of the products that we use. The ozone layer is being destroyed. You know, the air quality is being destroyed. I want to tell y'all something. Okay, I was shocked. I had to do this. Okay, my mom got clinically ill. She was on her last, months, whatever it was, and they prescribed her pure oxygen. Okay, we had to put the signs up all over the windows and the doors: no smoking, no open flames, no heaters, none of this crap, right? And so I was like, I want to know, because to me, right? To me, and the doctor explained to her, she said, look, this is to make your life less cumbersome. Okay, you're fighting. Your lungs are fighting to hold on to the oxygen that they get. So if we give you pure oxygen, you're going to breathe better, and you're going to be less tired, and you're going to be less restless, right? And it made no sense to me, because here I am, of a 43-year-old man thinking, I'm breathing oxygen, right? What's wrong with the oxygen I'm breathing? Okay? So I put the little cannula on my head and around my nose, and I turned it on. And guys, gals, ladies, gentlemen, I tingled all over. I was tingling. I was like, what is this? Because our bodies are pretty smart mechanisms. Okay?
Yeah,
and they adapt to their environment. They adapt to their situation. Okay? Just like this fan overhead right now that I've got running in my breakfast nook, right? If I turn that fan off, I'm so used to having the fan that I instantly get hot just because the fan's not running. Okay? I get hot. It's our bodies adapting to our environments.
Right.
My mom needed that oxygen in her last 6 months of her life, and it made it easier for her. And as she got worse, I had to give her more and more and more. And I can talk about that today and not cry. I still got a lump in my throat just telling you guys about it. But what I'm saying is, at some point, our bodies aren't going to be able to adjust anymore. Okay? Our bodies are going to start shutting down, breathing whatever this is in the air that we breathe now. Okay? So we're probably going to have, and I don't know, I'm probably giving somebody the greatest idea on earth right now, but I envision that we're going to put something in our nostrils, kind of like that thing that you put in for snoring. But the difference is that all of your air goes through it, and it filters it. Because as people, we're not going to walk around with oxygen masks on, y'all. It's not going to work for us. It's not going to work for us.
Activated bamboo charcoal, and I mean that absorbs smell and stuff out of a house, like an odor. So yeah, there's plenty of things that are going to be
but it's going to have to be. It's going to have to be something that the ladies will wear and it not take away from their looks. And you know that as well as I do, Joe. It's going to have to be small and very unintrusive. So, what we're saying is just look back on your past, right?
Yeah.
Just look back on your past, look back on history, and look at the things that you go, wow, that's unbelievable that has happened. Look at the computer. Everybody says, I don't want that thing in my house. I don't want people looking at me. Now, if you don't have a computer in your house where you could talk to people and see them face to face, you're archaic. Yeah. You're a dinosaur. Okay? Just saying. I'm just saying. So, just know, y'all, that when we talk about crypto, when we advise, and we're not advisors of financial, we're advisors of being proactive in your life. There's a difference. Right. We're proactive life advisors, okay? Something this big, something that's been around 10 years, something that's going to change the way of the world, please get a piece of it. Just please get a piece of it, okay? It doesn't matter to me where you get it from. Just get it, but vet your sources, vet the people you're talking to. Know that they have your best interest at heart. That's really the best part. Know they have your best interest at heart, okay? Hey, Joe.
Yep.
We did a whole lot of talking today about a whole lot of stuff, and I remember distinctly 2 minutes before we jumped on this, we had no clue what we were going to talk about.
No clue. No clue. Oh no. Not a clue. Hey, I do want to hit something that you said right there though. Okay. Be proactive in the things you do. Be proactive in the products you buy, the products you use. And I know it seems like it's a big trend thing to get back to this back to nature thing and all that, you know, and don't use this chemical and don't use that chemical. And I'm the last person on the planet that is going to go, whatever, you know, that's what I'm going to do. I'm like, nah, you know what I mean? But I've been proven wrong lately. I mean, and I have, you know, with something as simple as some oils, you know what I mean, that make me breathe better at night. It's weird. You know what I mean? I don't get it, but it works. You know what I mean? Be mindful of the things you purchase. Purchase things that are good. Be mindful of the air inside your home. You know, because the air outside is bad, yeah, you know, but the air inside is bad too. You know, there's all kinds of chemicals. I mean, think about like, okay, look, let's say you put Scotch Guard on your couch because the grandkids are coming over and you know they're going to spill Kool-Aid on something. Or you get your carpet treated. You know what I mean? You know, with Scotch Guard, because they do that. That's what they do. You know, it's something that won't even allow water to absorb. Do you think that's good in the air? It's really not, guys. You know what I mean? You know, what about these caustic cleaners and stuff that we use? You know, that just, you know, and you're going, you know, I made the thing up about the organic dirt bar soap, you know, and that's funny, but it's not that far off. You know what I mean? It's really not. You know, it's like, well, how would dirt get something clean? It's like, shit, I don't know, but bleach will eat your skin. So what, you know, think about it like that and be mindful of the things that you use and go out and look. And that's the other thing, you know, there's places to find all this stuff. You know what I mean? Search online, talk to people, you know what I mean? Talk to me, talk to Chris, talk to Beth, talk to somebody, you know, talk to Patty.
Be educated.
You know, we all have, you know, connections in different areas, okay, where it can become more of a lot cheaper to do than going to your grocery store and getting it. You know what I mean? And I love my local grocery store, but they just can't compete with big outlets. You know what I mean? They have to charge more for stuff just to keep the lights on. To keep the meat freezer running, they got to charge more. That's just it. You know what I mean?
And we don't want rotten meat.
And I'm not mad at them at all. Not mad at them at all. You know what I mean? Like, I get it, you know? But, you know, there's other avenues, you know, and that's kind of all I'm going to say on that one. You know, but just be careful, be mindful, take care of yourselves. Try to take care of something else too. You know, like me in the ocean thing. Guys, I'm afraid of water. You know what I mean? I really am. You know, like I can swim, but I'm still scared of water. You know, kind of. Well, I'm scared of drowning, but whatever. It's an actual phobia. That doesn't mean I don't eat fish either. And I don't eat fish. So that doesn't mean I don't care about the oceans for some reason. I'm like, this needs done. We need to clean this crap up. I'm like, I don't need anything from the ocean. I don't need the fish. I don't want to get in the ocean. Nothing. Forget it. Get me some pictures on a big screen and I'm happy. Put a fan and some sea spray. You're like, I have a water bottle. I'll be, that's all I need. I'm like, oh, this is wonderful. You know what I'm saying? But I don't even give a damn about any of the stuff that's in it. But I still want to fix it. I'm like, I don't care if those not sharks. That's not all I'm eating. But, you know, right. I don't eat tuna fish even. Nothing. I mean, catch and release. Like, you know, that's not because I'm a wonderful person. It's because I don't want to eat the damn fish. Just right. But be mindful of things. Try to do a little. Man, doing a little, man. If everybody did just a little, you know, just a little. You know, I don't have my cup here. I got a cup of coffee because it's cold. But, you know, my cup I have, my silver cup, that you know, my big thing. Take that to the store with you when you get a soda pop. I'm not saying quit drinking soda pops. You know what I mean? I love Coca-Cola. It's my favorite. But don't be so wasteful. You know what I mean? Don't try not to buy caustic chemicals and stuff. You know what I mean? Just try to be cleaner and easier and a little bit nicer to nature, because we've done a pretty good job screwing this planet up. You know what I mean? And we're not going to kill the planet. You don't have to worry about that. You are not going to ruin Earth, I promise. You know what I mean? But you may ruin humanity. Plain and simple. You know what I mean? All those apocalypse things you see, they never talk about the Earth being wiped out. They talk about people. You know what I mean? And I really don't want the next thing to be on here is a cockroach, because cockroach can live through anything. That and those one little microscopic things that can even live out in space. It's weird, but they're just tough. You know what I mean? But that's the other thing. You know, plants and animals, especially plants, are so adaptive. That's why there's a thing called adaptogens, even. Right. You know what I mean? And these things can all be used, and there's strength in that. There's something in the survivability of things. You know what I mean? Oh, it's 2, guys. I'm sorry. Love y'all. We'll get off here. I'll shut up.
We love you guys. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Hey, by the way, I may not be here tomorrow because my son is having an EEG. So if I'm here, it may be by phone or something. But I will stay very close in contact with Joe. And if I'm not here, know that I love all of you guys. And I'll see you on Wednesday. Talk to you soon. Bye, everybody. Love you.